One thing I've noticed is if you want to face the main threats, which are basically boss monsters, you have to get every single artifact in the game 3 or 4 times. So you have to go through running through these raid areas, which I will show you the worst one, the one I hate the most, which is the Snow Cave. The Snow Cave is incredibly cold and freezing. You're most likely you have to crawl here. And as you go in, aha! See what I mean? A creature that can easily, if you are at level 1 or level 2, this guy is a pain in the neck. To get these out of since it looks like my guns ain't going to damage these guys as bad, I'm going to use the admin gun on them. Because we are not doing this as a playthrough. I'm just showing you can tame none of these creatures here, which is sad. So, yeah. All of these guys, though, are such a high level that if you could tame them, they make some pretty impressive teammates. I mean, look at these. I've tried force taming, so I know for sure they're not animals you can tame. I've tranquilized darted them, and they've refused to be tamed every time. So anyways, yeah, I'm using the admin gun, so it's easier to get through here, because I'm just showing you how many times I've had to run through here. Of course, I always do. Here's one of the reasons why I really hate it coming down here. These animals are all over the place, and I don't like shooting too many creatures. By the time you're through this whole cave, you will wind up losing all your ammunition. Like, you will have wasted tons of ammo. If you're carrying an assault rifle, you're already out of ammunition by now just going through this part of the cave. What's worse? The animals spawning in these areas are 100 times 2. So, yeah. You're most likely, and you can also freeze to death just going through here. Your character could freeze to death, and all these and what's even worse, none of these creatures, there is no way to sneak past any of these things. They will keep attacking you till they've killed you. Even worse, you can even get even the saber-toothed salmon will attack you when you fall in the water. Now I'm just going to switch to a different gun, my handgun, because I want to at least, I'm doing this in creative so I don't have to basically defend myself, and also because I want to show you what I go through on a regular basis in survival mode if I want to get an artifact. So once you get to this area, you wind up having to go pretty far to get there. You not only are going to be freezing, like, if your character, after a while, you will literally freeze to death if you're not careful. And if you have fallen into the water at least once or twice, here's something. This creature right here is deadly. What's even worse, if you fall in the water, that sucker will kill you instantly. But going through here, you have to look for areas like this. Is one of the reasons why it's kind of hard to find the artifact, because you will have ran around a lot. And right here is a person who died. What the? Well, so much for the gun. Give me a second, I'm gonna get out my spear so it's a lot easier to kill these things. Because my character's damage levels are high anyways, so... And a spear is a better weapon to use at close combat anyways. A gun is a terrible weapon. As you can see, it takes quite a few hits to kill one of those things. And you will probably have lost your fur armor 3 or 4 times while playing this. So I'm in creative mode just so I could walk through here. As you can see, everywhere you turn, more creatures, more animals wanting to kill you. Now there is a way to fool them into jumping into the water, and then you can kind of lose them. Of course, I really prefer to have flight capabilities in the game, so there you go, I've lost them. Now, to find the and here, the worst part is the levels are over 200. That is deadly enough. And if you have used this weapon, like, by the time you're done running through here, you will have seen quite a few different creatures. Like very high level wolves, very high level grizzly bears, very high level everything. I mean, all the levels here are incredibly high. So, if you were able to tame at least one of these things, you would have a very strong creature to your advantage. Now what's even worse though is, there's no way to keep your character alive, no way to collect wood, so... Oh, hello Mayo, welcome to the stream. It was like I said, it's impossible to keep your character alive here. What's even worse is the tons upon tons of just creatures that want to kill your character. So this is kind of something you'd have to do with multiple teams. Now there's another way you can actually fool all these animals. If you have tech armor, you can lure them to the edge and make them fall off into the water. Like that. As you can see, they will literally rush right at you and keep rushing. And then, boom! You just got them off your behind for a while, and all you need to do is throw grenades down at them. What? Who's attacking this side? Yeah. Hello, Mayo. Let's go. And of course, there are still more deadlier creatures charging you. But of course, there is and here is the artifact you literally will probably have got your behind kicked 2 times just to get. So, yeah. As you pretty much can see, it's kind of a pain to run through here again because any creature you have left behind will come right at you, even angrier than before. Sometimes the animals you have killed in the game will have respawned, and then they'll be back for blood. So it's kind of punishing you every 10 seconds. And by now your character's probably at half health from freezing. Because ice damage is even worse than actual damage. To give you an idea, I'm going to leave creative mode really quick. I'm going to shut down creative mode, so you guys can see how quickly. See? Already my character is freezing. What's even worse? It's a possibility that if I'm not careful, I could fall into the water and freeze. So as I'm running, I have to run really quick. I was just doing this as a kind of a video. What's worse, you'll probably have touched water at least twice in this run. basically, right now, as you can see, I'm just running for my life, trying to get out of the cave. And we're now back at the entrance. And of course, my character has lost a lot of health thanks to freezing to death. So I'm gonna run. But I'm just showing you how it would be like if you were in survival mode, straight up in survival mode. Now, there is a word of advice I will give out to players who are playing this game and want to raid this area for the artifact. Build a base in the snow biome that you can warm your character back up again, or even rekindle equipment. Like, here I am. And here's what I got on display as weaponry that I could take in there. Now, if you got tech armor, element's a good thing to have down here. But that's only if you're replaying this game. If you're replaying and you have technology to your advantage, that's a good thing to keep around. Of course, have changes of fur armor inside as well. Now, if you have tech armor, that also helps out. But other than that, I'll show you where the cave would be exactly. I'm going to fly upward so you guys can see better. Oh, creative mode is off. I forgot. Yeah. Your cave is right there, as you can see.